Okay, so we're going to play Blackbird today. So this is one of McCartney's, I don't know, it's probably one of his best songs really when you think about it. And it's one that everybody gets wrong. They can't pick it because, or most people get it wrong if they learn it from tablature. And the reason for that is that, I'm sorry for twitching around, this chair is uncomfortable. The reason for that is tablature is usually put together with by classically trained musicians, and McCartney is not a classically trained musician, so he doesn't play in an orthodox style. It's his own style. So they try to put it in a classical way. They try to, you know, correct what McCartney technically, I suppose, is doing wrong in their eyes. And in doing that, they mess it up. So this is the right way to do it, and McCartney's way is the right way. All right, so that's what we're going to play. So finger, one thumb. Now, I want you to just, before we start the whole thing, just practice the pick, because this is the bit that will ruin it for you if you get it wrong, and this is the bit that the tab always gets wrong as well. All right, unless the tab that's been put together by a guitar player. All right, you know, a pop guitar player, not a classical guitar player. Okay, so we're going to play strings 5 and 2, thumb and first finger. They're the only two digits we're going to use. Okay, 5 and 2 together. Then a flick down and a flick up with your first finger across strings 4, 3 and 2. We don't want to be touching first string, nor do we want to touch the 5th or the 6th again. 5 and 2, flick down, up, and then 5 again, and then an up and down with the finger. I'll repeat that. Can you see what I'm doing? 5 and 2, flick down and up, then a 5, then an up, down. So 5 and 2, down, up, 5, up, down. 5 and 2, down, up, 5, up, down. So the first time the finger goes down, up, and the second time it goes up, down. And you must get it that way. And with the count, it's 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 5 and 2, down, up, 5, up, down. 5 and 2, down, up, 5, up, down. Then, to give it some meaning, put your first finger on the first string at the 10th fret, and put your little finger on the second string at the 12th. This is going to be the first main chord that we strum on. All right. So we're going to play 5 and 2. And all of a sudden it sounds like Blackbird. All right. So all these other fingers, you want to try and keep them out of the way. I always tend to put my third and little finger on the first string, just somewhere to hang my hand to stop it doing things it shouldn't be doing. All right, but it's doing a very important job by muting that first string off, which we don't want to hear. All right. Now, just to be clear, these are the strings we should be playing. The 5th string, we mute the 4th string just by letting this finger lie across it. Okay. The 3rd string is like the drone note, and your 2nd string. So. That's the pick that we're going to use throughout this thing. Other than that, we've got notes that are played, 2 notes together, twin notes if you like. So let's get straight into the intro. Bass string at the 3rd fret. This is in the key of G. So we're going to play 6 and 2 together. Again, with the thumb and first finger. First finger on the 2nd string at the 1st fret. 5 and 2 together. Bass, 5th string on the 2nd fret with the first finger. Little finger, I use my little finger on the 2nd string at the 3rd fret. And then we slide up to fret 10 and 12 where we just practiced our pick, and that's where we begin our pick. And we do that pick twice. So let's put those bits together. Now, a good ear will still recognize that there's something just not quite right. There's something little tiny bit missing, and what it is between the twin notes he puts a little flick in between just to help the tempo, just to keep the rhythm moving. People don't really notice it's there, but when you don't do it, it's like it leaves a big hole in the sound. So hear that? There's a little brush. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to go. just a little tiny. Okay, now as I'm doing this tutorial, I'm not going to bother playing those little flicks down because it just complicates things. But we can always put them in at the end. All right, we can always just say, right, and slot them in. So we've got the intro. Now we're going to repeat that because that is what the first part of the verse does. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Then we're going to do the line that goes, take these broken wings that learn to fly, or something like that. Okay, so let's get to it. All on 5 and 2. 5's at the 3rd fret. The 2, the 2nd string, is at the 5th. Okay, now use these dots. These are really important little marking tools. These are going to help you, all right? I would be lost without them. So we start with 5 and 2. Now this 2nd finger is going to now drop onto the 5th string at the 4th fret. And your 1st finger, while that's happening, is going to come down to the 1st string at the 3rd. And your pick has gone to 5 and 1. So from 5 and 2 to 5 and 1. Let's do that again. Now look at this. This is an important little move. 5 and 2. Use the dots. Drop to. And then go to the next set of dots at 5 and 7. Put your fingers back on 5 and 2 again. And do exactly the same sort of thing. And then 5 and 1. This time it's at the 6th fret. 5th. So look at what we do. It's like a up to the next set of dots. Just look for patterns. Okay, don't think about the notes. Look for patterns. All right. You can always tell people what the notes are later. I always say it's not going to help you play it. Just get the patterns right. Okay. And then we're going to play a 5th string at the 7th fret and our little finger now at the 8th fret. And this is where we pick up our strum again. Then we drop our 1st finger down to the 6th fret, strum again. Okay. Then we're going to move our fingers. These are the single twin notes again. 5 and 2 at fret 5 and 7. And then we're going to play fret 4 on the 5th string and 1st string at the 3rd fret. And then back to 5 and 2 again. We'll pick up our strum. That bit, by the way, is a reverse of what we just did. Okay, I'm going to sing that through so we know where we're up to. So, blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. Pick. Here we go. Oh, your. And then we start our strum again. Life. Drop your little finger, strum again. Move the same shape down to frets 2 and 3. You were only. Leave your bass note, keep it open. Drop your 2nd finger onto the 2nd string at the 2nd fret. Waiting for this 1st finger on the 2nd string now at the 1st fret. Your thumb will now come down to the 4th string. Moment to work. And conclude on the G. Rise. Okay, now that's a 6 down, up, 6 up, down. Okay, so we've got this. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to rise. And then there's a little dum 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 daka dum da, which we're going to do now. Little filler. So let's figure out how to do that. We've already sort of played it actually. It's 5 strings 5 and 2 at 3 and 5 frets. Okay. Drop down to frets 2 and 3, and just strike those the 5 and 2 strings. We pick up our strum again here, 5 and 2, with this 2nd finger on the 2nd string at the 2nd fret, and and then your first finger back on the second string at the first fret, dropping your bass down now to the fourth. Conclude at the G again, up at the sixth fret. So. And then go back into verse 2. Blackbird singing in the night. Take these broken wings, take these sunken eyes and learn to see all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to be free. Now I just whizzed my way through that second verse because it's exactly the same as verse 1. Okay, so when we conclude at the G at the end of verse 2, then we're going to go into the chorus, which is Blackbird fly, which is what we're going to do now. So, up to fret 8 with your first finger, fret 10 with your little finger on the second string. Everything's going to be played on strings 5 and 2. Okay, now 5 and 2, a fret 8 and 10. 5 and 2, a fret 7 and 8. 5 and 2 again, a fret 5 and 6. 5 and 2 again, a fret 3 and 5. Move that shape down to fret 1 and 3 and then start strumming again. Always the same pick. Back up to fret 3 and 5, pick again. So I'll play that. So Blackbird fly. Do it again. Blackbird fly. But instead of going up to fret 3 and 5, drop back onto the put your second finger on the second string, second fret, 5 and 2. And then with a 4 and 1 again on the first fret. Let's look at that. So we've got Blackbird fly. Where are we? Blackbird fly into the line of a dark black. What happens then? We repeat verse 1 as a solo, so no singing. Is going to follow this exactly the same as before. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the line of the dark black, and then into the intro again. Night, stay here. So it does like the pick about 4 times. I can hear an edit on the original record there. They think we didn't notice it, but there's definitely a little edit thrown in there. But play it like this. So do the little pick 4 times. And then on, say on the 4th time, sort of, just play the 5 and 2, down, 5. So 5 and 2 down, 5 and 2 down, 5 and 2 down. Little blackbird comes in at that point, then you sort of go and a little slide down, and then a little sort of he plays a little circular thing going around the riff that we've already done. It goes down. Let's look at that. So we've got 6 and 2 on fret 3. This is like the intro. 5 and 2, first finger at fret 1. 5 and 2, 2 and 3. 5 and 2 again at 3 and 5. Going backwards to 2 and 3. Back to the second fret here, 5th string bass open. And then 4 and 2. And that's where you pick up your strum again. So. And then repeat verse 1. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly all your life. Oops, you waiting for this moment to arrive. Repeat that line. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. And again. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. And on the final beat, 6 and 2, and just a little flick down. Now if you're going to play the 1, make sure you put your little finger. Okay, do you get that? But the key to this whole thing, again, I can't stress enough, is the pick. This is the bit that will muck it all up. Let me just see for a minute if I've got this on here. Have I got it on here? No, so I'm not going to start looking for it now. What should we do next? While we're in Beatle mode. I did Julia yesterday, and thought people might, same pick, you see. If you learn how to play Julia, you can play this one. In fact, this is a lot easier, believe it or not. How many songs have ripped off that lick? It's fantastic. Of course, it's Dear Prudence. So maybe we'll have a look. In fact, definitely, we'll look at that one next. So I hope you've enjoyed how to play Blackbird. Any bits you didn't catch, or you know, if I've skipped along a bit too quickly to save you getting bored, but if I've done that, please contact me and I'll happily go over it again for you. Not a problem to me, not a problem at all. But hopefully you'll follow it. Pick is the important thing. Tell your friends about the channel. It's as I say, it's all good fun. There's lots of other little guitar bits on there as well, and I'm also going to be doing a little tutorial probably after Dear Prudence to show people how to play Bookends, which I was playing behind my head the other day, just mucking around, and somebody said, oh, can you show us how to do it? So I will do that one, because that's a beautiful, beautiful little guitar piece. So we'll look after that. So you take care of yourselves, and I will catch you later. Take care. Bye bye.